Today, we will share a truly incredible story of a man who not only survived despite all his limitations, but also received an education and built a successful career as a lawyer. The story revolves around a terrifying infectious viral disease that sparked an epidemic in the 1950s, polio. At that time, there was no vaccine for this disease, and it ruthlessly claimed lives, particularly among small children. According to data, every 200th case resulted in total paralysis. In 1952, the state of Texas experienced the most extensive polio epidemic in its history, with hundreds dying daily, mostly children. A boy named Alexander, who turned 6 in 1951, sensed that something was wrong. Recalling his condition, he says, "I fell seriously ill, my neck hurt, and my head felt like it was splitting. The doctor my parents called diagnosed it as polio. Initially, I felt fine, but after a week, things took a turn for the worse. My body stopped obeying me. I couldn't speak or breathe independently. My parents took me to the hospital where I was placed in a large metal cocoon called the iron lung. This special device was created for patients with severe polio. The capsule, the size of an adult, was airtight, creating increased pressure by manipulating air pressure. This allowed air to be pumped in and out of the patient's lungs when they couldn't breathe on their own. I stayed in the hospital for a year and a half. I couldn't talk or move independently. I had no chance of recovery, according to the doctors. Then, one day, I woke up completely paralyzed. I was in a huge metal capsule that constantly wheezed, but I didn't lose hope, and my parents were always there to support me. They decided I would be better off at home, and they took me out of the hospital with the 772-pound metal capsule. We found a physiotherapist willing to care for me at home. I learned to swallow air and send it to my trachea using my tongue, a standard breathing method I used for several hours a day. This way, I managed without the iron lung for some time. Despite all the challenges, I led a nearly normal life. I attended school, memorizing information since I couldn't use my hands for writing. At 21, I enrolled at the University of Dallas, later studying law at the University of Texas in Austin. My metal capsule stood in my room, and I spent about 16 hours a day in it. In 2015, I recorded a YouTube video sharing my life with the iron lung. This year, I turned 75 and remain the last person still using the metal capsule for breathing. Vaccination helped eradicate polio, and such devices have not been produced for a long time. In 2004, they stopped servicing existing machines, developing more advanced tools. But my iron lung is gradually deteriorating. Friends posted a video on YouTube asking for help, and Brody Richard reached out, agreeing to assist with repairing and maintaining my capsule. Alexander, a first-rate lawyer, gained people's trust as they believed that if he could overcome such a dreadful illness, he could surely handle their cases. Our hero has a lifelong friend, Katie. They share a close but non-romantic relationship, with her taking care of Alexander and assisting him in daily life. Back in his student days, he cared for a girl named Claire, but her parents disapproved of their relationship, leading to their breakup. My life has been long and eventful. I outlived my parents and older brother, but now I spend most of my time inside my iron capsule. I'm allowed to be without it for only 10 minutes a day, and of course, it's sad, but I don't lose hope. One can only admire the strength of will and patience of this man.